Howdy folks, Dave here at Thunder Mesa Studio on a Workbench Wednesday. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are and whenever you happen to be watching this. Many of you have noticed that I've been MIA for the past couple of weeks, and I want you to know that I really appreciate all of the well wishes and notes of concern. I did have some health concerns that knocked me out of action for a little while, but rest assured it was nothing too serious, and I am happy to be alive and well and getting back to the workbench. But being offline for a while did cause me to stop and reflect a little bit, especially about this crazy business of content creation here on YouTube. And that's something I want to talk to you about today. What it takes to create and build a model railroad channel like this one, and what I intend to do with it moving forward. We just recently surpassed 17,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I'm enormously grateful to all of you who have supported the channel by watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing the videos. In the grand scheme of things on YouTube, 17,000 subscribers is not a huge number, not when there are channels out there that have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. But I'm still pretty proud of it. It took years to get here, as you might expect with such niche content. And you know, it's not bad considering I never set out to make this into some sort of model railroad content behemoth. But the subscriber numbers are only part of the story. A much more important metric for a channel like this is engagement. And this channel has phenomenal engagement. And I think that's because I have the absolute best viewers on this platform. You guys are truly great. And the thing I'm the most proud of is the incredibly thoughtful and creative community of modelers that's grown up around all of this. When I first started this channel many years ago, I had no thought about making money at this. It was basically just a supplement to the old Thunder Mesa blog where I would, do video updates now and then about what was going on with the model railroad. But as the audience grew, I was able to monetize the channel, and that sends you down an interesting road. A road where your creative choices start to be colored by what will draw more viewers to the channel and what won't. One of the first things you realize is that in order to be successful on this platform, you need to generate a massive amount of content. Due to the algorithms that run this beast and determine what you, the audience, will or will not see in your feed, you really have to produce, at bare minimum, one full-length video a week. Any less than that, you're going to drop out of sight. And a full-length video is, 20 to 45 minutes long. And if you haven't done it, that might not sound like a lot, but if you're a one-person operation, like most of these channels are, that can translate into a truly massive amount of work. Then when your channel reaches a certain size, you might begin to see the earning potential of YouTube ads, and that can motivate you to produce even more content. Back in 2020, I made the decision to go after it and to start producing at least one video a week on average, 52 videos a year. And for a while, I was doing even more than that. I was doing sometimes 2 videos a week. We'd do a shorter format, quick tip video or Workbench Wednesday, while keeping the other, longer format project videos humming along as well. I've talked to some other YouTube creators about this. And, if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that if you haven't actually done it, you really don't have any concept of how incredibly time consuming this kind of production schedule is. Between writing, building, shooting, editing, and publishing the video, sometimes it leaves you with literally no time to do anything else. It becomes more than a full-time job once you get on that hamster wheel. It actually can take over your entire life. Now, please don't think I'm complaining here. I'm really not. I consider myself to be incredibly fortunate to be able to do what I do. I basically get to make models for a living, and that's really rare. Not a lot of people get to do that. In fact, I got to a point with the channel and with Patreon and the memberships that I was able to back away and semi-retire from commercial art and concentrate almost exclusively on the builds and the models and the projects, and that's fantastic. But you need to know that it does come with a cost, and the cost is time. You trade the time you have for all of that, and it leaves you with little time to do anything else. And for anyone who wants to get into this, maybe start a hobby-oriented channel, I always tell them the same thing, which is make sure that you enjoy the video part of it. Make sure you enjoy the video shooting and the editing and the writing and all of that stuff that goes with it as much or even more than you do your hobby thing, because you're going to be spending an awful lot of time doing it. Of course, the thinking is if you can build your channel up to a certain level without completely burning out, then you'll be able to afford to bring on help, to hire videographers and editors and things like that to help you produce better and better videos. That's the business model, right? Or if you're really lucky, you might have a good friend or a family member that's willing to donate their time when you're first getting started to get you over that hump. But that's pretty rare. What's equally rare, I think, is new channels getting to that point. I don't know what the attrition rate is, but I suspect it's pretty high because YouTube burnout is a very real thing. Many of the really big channels on this platform have entire crews employed to create multiple videos a week, sometimes multiple videos a day. There are lone wolf exceptions out there, but the one thing that all the big channels have in common is that they've made a serious commitment to content creation. The bottom line is that if you want to be successful on this platform, you have to choose to be a content creator first and foremost. Whatever else there might be that you'd like to do with your time, that's going to take a backseat to content creation. If you're an artist, a painter, a sculptor, a musician, a model maker, a carpenter, whatever it is your passion happens to be, that passion becomes fuel to feed the content creation machine. To put it simply, a content creator chooses and designs their projects in order to make more content. Whereas a pure artist or maker was going to do what they do with no thought really about turning it into consumable content. I come from a background in commercial art, so it was relatively easy for me to get into the mindset of exchanging my time and creative output for viewership. On this platform, viewership equals dollars. So in a very real sense, the YouTube algorithm becomes the de facto client that you are working for. And that can actually, translate into a good deal if you're up for it. After all, YouTube is really the only social media platform that offers to pay you for your time. But how much you will make depends a great deal on how much content you can reliably and sustainably create over time. On this platform, as on most social media platforms, more is more. Quantity beats out quality just about every single time. It's just the way the beast is made. Hey, look around. This platform rewards quantity, consistency, brevity, sameness, and like all social media, unfortunately, it rewards negativity. I mean, that's kind of the secret of success. If I had a video out there titled 10 Things That Model Railroaders Absolutely Hate, it would probably get hundreds of thousands of views just because it had the word hate in the title. But I have always refused to engage in that kind of clickbait crap, no matter how much it would be rewarded by the algorithm, because who needs it? I understand that we all operate within the world of commerce, exchanging goods and services and time for groceries and rent money. That's the way the world works. Works pretty well. Uh, but personally, for me, I'm coming to the realization that I don't really want to have all of my eggs in this particular basket. I don't want to get burnt out. I love what I do too much. But I've come to realize recently that if I continue to, chase the YouTube idea of success as a content creator, then burnout is inevitable. Now, that said, I don't want to give the impression that, choosing to be a content creator is somehow, bad or wrong or anything. Nothing could be further from the truth. I have nothing against people who choose that path. I have been on that path. And it can really motivate you. Having a deadline every week that you have to meet, you got to make a video every week, can lead to some real creative breakthroughs sometimes if you're motivated by deadlines. I tend to be more of a daydreamer, but that's just me. For me, I don't always want to have to fit everything into that video format. As an example, there are projects on my back shelf here that have sat there for years because they don't necessarily, fit well into a video format. As an artist, there are paintings I'd like to make, there are projects that I'd like to do, but I simply don't have the time because of the production schedule. Heck, there are phone calls I need to return and emails from viewers I would like to be able to have the time to sit down and answer. But a lot of times they just fall through the cracks because there are just so many hours in a day. And another consideration for me is that, I'm not getting any younger. I'm going to be 63 pretty soon, and frankly, I'm starting to feel my age a little bit. Time is flying by, and life is just too damn short to spend so much of it staring at a computer screen editing video. And don't get me wrong, I do love the whole process from beginning to end, but still, there are some other things I'd like to be doing with my time as well. So, moving forward, I've decided on a compromise. I'm going to cut back my video production schedule to just 2 a month. I'm going to continue to share my projects and builds here at the studio, but rather than chasing that content creation monster, these will be driven simply by a desire to share my creative passion and show you what's going on. Kind of the way this whole channel started in the first place. Now, I know this is going to disappoint some people, especially those of you who have come to expect a video or multiple videos a week from me, and I'm sorry. If I really wanted to, I could probably keep up that pace for, another year or two. But the truth is, I don't really want to. I want to take the time to enjoy what I'm doing while I'm doing it and maybe explore some creative projects that don't fit snugly into that 30-minute video format. You're still going to see me here twice a month, and there will be no compromises in the work for the sake of content creation. In fact, the videos will probably be better. Yes, I will make less money, and the slower production schedule means that the YouTube algorithm will likely bury my videos and recommend them less often. But that's okay. There are things in life that are more important than success as defined by this platform. That said, please make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you'll continue to get updates from Thunder Mesa Studio. Wrapping all of this up, I want to thank you all again for continuing to support what I do here at the studio, either by being a member on YouTube or Patreon, or simply by watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing the videos. So this is the start of a new chapter. I'm not going to be playing the content creation game anymore, but I'm really looking forward to having the gift of time to spend on each and every project that crosses my workbench. When you turn your art or hobby into a business, there will inevitably be compromises that need to be made. Just never lose sight of the creative spark that drives you. And know that if you start down the wrong path, you can always change directions. Keep moving forward, my friends. Adios for now.